Join us on our 3-night cruise aboard the Royal Caribbean to Ensenada. A helpful tip is to arrive in LA, which is where we departed from, a night early so that you can be there bright and early for boarding. Always be on time, and that allowed us to be one of the very first on the ship, and we were able to explore being the only people in the theater and many of these other rooms, as you'll see when we got there to explore the very first day. This is our very first trip, so we wanted to make sure that we got to see everything. The kids and I were super impressed when we walked into this wonderful staircase that opened up into some of the bigger areas of the ship. They also have a casino that was open most of the time. It was so cool to be able to explore the casino all on our own. This was the only time it was this empty. That led out into this grand staircase where we were able to hear live music throughout the ship, and then there was piano playing. There we are, cheese. There was lots of bars in that area as well, and a coffee shop, I believe. Now we're making our way up to the 14th floor, which leads out to all of the pools. They had Johnny Rockets, they had food. Here is the whirlpools. Then this area was 16 and over only. And then finally it was lunchtime. So we headed into the buffet where we were greeted by all of these amazing staff members from all over the world. After that, we went and continued to explore. We found the arcade room. I did purchase the arcade cards prior to boarding onto the ship, and it was rather small, but it still had a good variety of different games for everyone to enjoy. After that, we went into our room. When we were finally let in to freshen up, we had a junior suite, so that very comfortably slept all four of us. There's the bed, that couch turned into a pull-out bed, and then behind that little door was 2 bunk beds. Here's my daughter checking out the mini fridge, but we're not there to be in the room, we're there to explore. So we went out and found this miniature golf course, and right beyond that is the living room. So this area is for the teens. It was from 12 to 17, I believe. And there are staff members there creating different activities and coordinating and looking out for the kiddos while they're there hanging out. The activities coordinated here were one of the highlights for my 2 youngest kiddos. And there are adults, as I mentioned. This is how we decorated our door. Some people do decorate, but we were there to celebrate my daughter's quinceañera. So this is how we decorated the outside and the inside of our cabin. We finally got all of our goodies at about 5 o'clock. So we were able to come into the cabin, decorate, freshen up, and then continue exploring. But first of all, let me show you this lovely view from the cabin. Here we are departing from Los Angeles Port. At about this time, we're freshening up, and we had dinner reservations at 5:30 in the main dining rooms, and we started out with some delicious appetizers. My daughter had the crab cake, which she really enjoyed, and my son had the steak. The rest of us went with the fried chicken. It was all very delicious. I could have used some salsa, I miss that. But also we finished up the night with some cheesecake and some ice cream. After that, the 2 youngest went back to the living room with the other teens, and my older daughter and I enjoyed some live music. It is day 2 aboard the Navigator of the Seas on our 3-night cruise to Ensenada, Mexico. As you can see, it is overcast, it is cold, but nevertheless, it did not stop us from enjoying all of the outside pool activities. We went on the water slides. However, when the wind kicked up, we definitely had to call it quits, but not before we watched this belly flop contest. The contestants really brought all of their game, all their moves, and the belly flops. Enjoy. Who do you think deserved to win that contest? After this, we got dried off, put something warm on, and went to play in the arcade. Then when we got back to the room to get ready to party, we found that little guy in our bed. Here we are at dinner celebrating my daughter's quinceañera. We had carne asada, this enchilada that really looked like a wet burrito, and some pasta. Then for the desserts, there was flan and ice cream and this apple a la mode. Everybody was in the celebrating spirit, and All our waiting staff put on this amazing show, giving it their all. It was so much fun to watch. A couple of the waiters definitely had more party in them, and so they continue to put on a show for us. It was so much fun. We took the opportunity to take lots of pictures with our quinceañera and enjoy some more of the live music that was going on throughout this very festive evening. We ended our night listening to some live music, dancing the night away, and having so much fun making lots of memories together. Here we are on day 3 of our Royal Caribbean cruise to Ensenada, Mexico. Mexico lindo y querido, we finally made it. We took a 45-minute drive down to La Bufadora. There are only 3 located in the entire world. We are going early in the morning. It's about 8 o'clock here, so it is low tide and it is not as impressive as we would have liked, but here it is. After taking in this lovely sight, it was time to enjoy some breakfast. Of course, we're in Mexico, so we're having tacos, enchiladas, chilaquiles, and an egg omelet. If you've been watching the videos, you know it is my daughter's quinceañera that we are celebrating. So we hired this trio, a son and 2 kiddos, to sing Las Mañanitas to my daughter. Then back in Ensenada, we enjoyed lots of shopping, looked at all the booths. My daughter got a new hat, and we decided we wanted to go on and explore a little bit more of the town. We enjoyed taking in the sights until the smell of Doña Sabina's kitchen just lured us in. This restaurant was delicious. Everything was beautiful. And there he is, Anthony Bourdain. It was wonderful to learn that he visited her street cart when she was just a vendor on the streets. And then he came back and visited her again once she had her restaurant. I had camarones a la diabla. My daughter had a shrimp scampi, some tacos de camarones. And my son said he was still full, so he just had that delicious quesadilla. And now it was time to say goodbye to Ensenada and our 3-day cruise aboard Royal Caribbean.